Okay, so what if I told you that the best feedback you could ever get might actually feel a little bit, well, offensive? Today, we're diving into this really counterintuitive idea about honesty. We're going to explore why the things that make us feel genuinely, truly appreciated aren't always those nice, polite compliments we expect. So, to kick things off, let's take a look at something we all think we know inside and out: appreciation. We're usually taught it's all about being positive, being supportive, but the idea we're unpacking today, it suggests there's a way more powerful and, frankly, a much more direct path to making someone feel genuinely valued.
I want you to really think about this for a second. What is it? Is it a kind word? Maybe a thoughtful gift? Well, the source material for this explainer boils it all down to one single surprising thing, and I bet it's not what you're thinking.
Yep, that's it. One word: genuinity. You see, that feeling of being truly seen and valued, it doesn't come from some polite fiction. It comes from someone being completely, authentically real with you. And this is where it gets really interesting, because genuinity isn't just about getting compliments. The whole argument here is that true appreciation can come from feedback that's brutally honest, maybe even a little crude, or, get this, initially offensive. The key isn't whether it feels good, it's whether it's real. All right, so why on earth would anyone actually value feedback that might sting a little? I mean, it goes against everything we're taught about positive reinforcement, right? But there's a hidden logic here. There's a really practical value to this kind of radical honesty that just gets lost in our need to be polite all the time. So, the key to getting this whole idea starts with a word we throw around all the time: trivial. We use it to dismiss, the small, everyday stuff. But the argument here is that we've got it completely backward. It's right there, in those so-called trivial moments of raw, unfiltered feedback, not the big grand gestures, that the most profound value is actually hiding. And this slide really gets to the heart of the trade-off, doesn't it? On one side, you've got your standard, polite, positive feedback. It's what we expect, sure, and it feels good for a second, but it can be so frustratingly vague. Then on the other side, you've got honest, objective feedback. Yeah, it might not be as warm and fuzzy in the moment, but its real value, it's the crystal clear clarity it gives you for the long haul. And look, this isn't just some abstract philosophical idea. The benefits are super practical. I mean, just think about the mental energy you save when you don't have to sit there decoding what someone really thinks. Genuine feedback is like getting a map. It shows you exactly where you stand and helps you figure out how to move forward, especially with those people you're kind of on the fence about. So it's not just about saving effort. This kind of raw honesty actually does something much more permanent. It doesn't just clear the air in the moment. It actually helps solidify our impressions of people. It builds a much more stable foundation for how we see them. And I absolutely love this quote from the source because it's so perfectly nuanced. It's not saying that one blunt comment defines a person's entire character forever. No. It's saying that in that one single moment of genuinity, you get a flash, a glimpse of a certain truth, a real potential for who that person could be to you.
And that's really the bottom line here. Whether the honest feedback is good or bad, that shot of reality gives you something solid to work with. It rips away all the ambiguity and replaces it with a clear, objective impression. And that gives you a much, much stronger footing in any kind of relationship.
Okay, so we've got all these ideas floating around: clarity, honesty, saving mental energy. Well, they all get tied together with this absolutely brilliant metaphor from the source material. It perfectly captures the power of immediate truth, and it's called the pebble in the shoe. Just let that one sink in for a second. It's such a powerful image, isn't it? A small, immediate annoyance versus this huge, distant, grand idea. So what exactly is the pebble in the shoe? Well, it's a stand-in for those small, direct, and sometimes uncomfortable truths. It's that thing you just can't ignore, right? It forces you to stop what you're doing, pay attention, and deal with it right now. And in doing that, it teaches you something real, something practical. And the mountain in the distance? That's the other side of the coin. It represents all those big, vague pleasantries, those abstract compliments. I mean, they look great from far away, but they're just too distant to have any real immediate impact on you. They're super easy to admire and even easier to completely ignore.
Okay, so let's pull all these threads together. We've got this core idea that genuinity is way more valuable than just being polite. And we have this awesome metaphor of the pebble, the immediate, instructive truth, versus the distant, abstract mountain. Let's wrap this all up into one final, clear takeaway. So, if there's one thing you walk away with today, let it be this. Learn to see genuine feedback as a gift, even when it's uncomfortable. Seriously, it's the ultimate shortcut. It gives you the clarity you need to stop guessing and start understanding. Because at the end of the day, it's those immediate pebbles of truth that actually help you move forward, way more than any beautiful, distant mountain of praise ever will. And that leaves us with one final question for you to chew on. When was the last time a pebble in your shoe, a small, maybe even irritating little truth, actually taught you something more valuable than a beautiful mountain in the distance? Definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining me.